We're Santa's little helpers, we make the wheels go round. Day and night, night and day, here in Christmas Town. We're Santa's little helpers, and it's us you wanna know. If you want a date under the mistletoe. We're Santa's little helpers, and we make all the toys. The trinkets for the girls and the trucks for the boys. We're Santa's little helpers, and we know every trick, 'cause we wrote the book on Old Saint Nick. It's a foggy Christmas night, so Rudolph, shine your light. Santa's little helper, Santa's little helper. Some might call us elves, but Santa's little helpers is what we call ourselves. We're Santa's little helpers, and if you want to know, there's nowhere else on earth that we would rather go. Santa's little helpers, Santa's little helpers. We're Santa's little helpers, and it's us you want to know. If you want a date under the mistletoe, if you want a kiss under the mistletoe, 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 mistletoe.
Let earth be seen. What's up, everybody? Welcome on into a, for me, late night. Not really late, it's only 6:30. But a nice little stream here to start our weekend off, I guess you'd say. But yeah, welcome into Grand States Mid-America. Hope you all are having a good weekend. And yeah, we're gonna get some just kind of random assorted building done today. I have not built anything yet. Unfortunately, for Grand States Mid-America this week, I have been wrapped up fully in, for Planet Coaster, I've been wrapped up fully in the Pirate Bay Dark Ride, the pirate ship Dark. You'll see, it took a lot of time, but it was very, very worth it. So I was very, very wrapped up in that. And then also, like I've been saying, it's Christmas week here, or just about to be Christmas, so we had some of the family over today. Yesterday we had nieces over for Christmas Christmas cookie decorating. I had to take my dad to the airport as well this morning at like 5:30 in the morning. Excuse me, I just got done eating dinner. But yeah, it's been a very, very busy week, and it's going to keep being busy for me for a little bit. But yeah, after all the fun holiday stuff is finished up, hopefully you can get back on a regular schedule of some weekly uploads for Grand States and other ones. But yeah, like I said, I want to go and do some just random detail work today with Grand States. Let me turn on the... There we go. Yep, okay, so I've been looking through a lot of comments over the last few videos, and I've kind of come up with some just random things I want to address and add in that will be featured in the next video. So yeah, the next video for Grand States is going to be like a guest feedback or a guest survey. That's how I'm going to frame it for Henry to kind of frame, or Harry, excuse me, Henry. To frame it for the narrative bit is to be like, oh, we looked over guest feedback and this is what we kind of found for the first season kind of thing. But I also want to get a few builds in, but really for the most part I'm kind of satisfied with where the first season of Grand States Mid-America is. So I don't know if we're going to do that much big builds or anything like that. So one of the first things that some people noted were we needed some more planters to break up the all the pavement and everything. So I agree to that to a certain extent. I'm going to meet in the middle because I don't want too many planters or too many trees yet. This is still very much, you know, being the opening season and being the late 70s. That just wasn't, as far as I can tell from all of my research and stuff like that, from photos and videos and stuff, this wasn't really that big a deal to people as far as shading goes and manicured like potted plants and stuff like that. But I do agree that we probably do need some to break up some of this big ol' chops of land here. So let's go ahead and place some more of these. I like these planters here, the kind of wooden planters here that we have. So we'll place a few more of these and it's all yellow flowers everywhere. Let's throw in some pink. Figure we'll add in a few more of these, few more colors, and yeah, kind of break it up a little bit, and maybe add in some like sapling type trees as well in planters, or do some more of these little type cutouts. I've been doing this here and there in the pathworks, getting some little smaller sapling type trees, hopefully to grow over the years. I've been trying to keep that in mind too. If I have like some trees that are new for the park, I try and remember like, oh yeah, let's later on like try and have them get bigger as the park on in time and stuff. There. Exact measure down the row. Good. Let's change up the colors for some of these. Let's just do like bleh. The white. Finally, oops, so you can hear my new pets starting to wake up in the background. We just, my wife and I, we just purchased 2 male fancy rats. We've owned these before in the past, but it's been kind of a long time since we owned them. And I know everyone's first reaction is, "Ew, rats!" And sure, fair, but these types of rats, they're fancy. They're like pets. They're actually pretty awesome. Rats doing that every single. Yeah, I can hear them starting to wake up. That is their thing, though. They're awake all night instead of during the day. There as well. Curious what this Christmas playlist brings up. Free program for non-copyright music that I pay for called Epidemic Sound, and it does a pretty good job of making the music not sound totally lame like a lot of the free copyright stuff is. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious what plays for the playlist. Or it's been pretty good. Or just general planters going on. Let's put some more down here. Some of these areas are looking a little bit not complete. I'm kind of halfway okay with that. And as the park grows, this area here is like primed to get everything ripped out of it, essentially like the lumberjack show and stuff. So as the park grows, this area will fill in more. But in the putting some plants down here, maybe some lighting too. I did hint at that in most recent video. Maybe we'll get going on some lighting. Definite areas that some light. Oh, good, we have trash on the ground. That's nothing too. I activated food and food hunger and thirst needs for the guests because I actually wanted to see them use a lot of the food options and stuff. And it's kind of cool to see them throw trash on the ground. Just adds that little bit of, I don't know what. It's like, yeah, trash on the ground. Yeah. Especially later years, the timeline of the park, if we kind of have a downtime for the park, it'd be cool to have trash all over. Not kept up or whatever. Where else could we do? Probably along here. Other little bit. Yellow heaven. That was the original color, and I just kind of left it alone there. So, hey, how you doing there, Basic Claire and Poison? I know, right? I was just kind of sitting around the house. I just finished eating dinner. I was like, you know what? All right, we're gonna do this. Hopefully, y'all are having a good weekend there. Welcome on in. We're just doing some general detail work to Grand States Mid-America. A lot of user requested comments. Putting those in. Hey Ray, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm not real. This is a what were those called with the like Tupac and stuff? The not Mirage. I can't think of the word. But yeah, I'm a hallucination. I'm not real. Oh, that's right. Down here, I wanted to get some like flags going because this is kind of the entranceway to the Mid-America Amphitheater. So is it 2020? I know, right? Yeah, no, for real. It's been a hot minute. I looked actually when I did my Discord ping the last time that I went live. Before that was February 3rd, 2024, but that was over on TikTok. So I think we have these flags in game, kind of. But I think it'd be kind of cool just to have these recolored right down the line. Hey, how you doing, Shenanigans? That's a fun name. From London. Well, thanks for... What time is it there? Isn't it like 12:30? It's tomorrow there. Holy cow. What you know what I need to do is get the... I kind of have some part colors, like, passively starting to make their way. It's kind of this red... Actually, this red right here that we use for the amphitheater, and there's a yellow or I'm sorry, white. That's kind of red and white that we did for the Sips and Bites building. That's kind of the park color. Really like how they look. And I think that's just, yep. Beyond Wolf. Oh my gosh, I know, right? Yeah, I need to talk to Estan about that. I think we should bring that back. Go, and then let's make Mid-America Campus. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I know that was completely random. I promise it'll make sense here in just a second. That's what we're gonna put on here. Or, you know, Mid-America Amphitheater, otherwise known as Someone had a great idea with the amphitheater that later on, to fund expansions, that we should get a big old sponsor like a Coca-Cola or Taco Bell. What should... Oh. Yeah. Honestly, probably. You know what else we'll do is... We're gonna make these each into letters. It's tomorrow here as well. That's right, Claire. It is, yes. Hey, Freya, how you doing? Yeah, the red brick, it does work, doesn't it? I approve of the red brick. Oh, I don't have my Canva space. We're gonna... Oh, London, Ontario. Oh, I know someone else. When you open the game, because mine still isn't, I thought... No, so what it was... no, it's not remembering the colors. What it is that now you don't have to hit OK. So instead of before... Or confirm, excuse me. Before you have to hit confirm, what they changed is that you can click this and then go like that, and then it... Cool. So yeah, hopefully that'll be part of the free updates this coming year, right? Because yeah, that feature... That's a big oof for me. That's a pretty big oof for me, having to constantly reselect the coloring. There's a lot of things like that where I have to keep reminding myself, like, oh yeah, this is why, like, what am I trying to say? Like, people who don't either do this for YouTube or aren't, like, diehard Planet Coaster people, that's why they're not playing this game. Little things like that. Me, as like a, you know, YouTuber and kind of my main game on my channel, I can kind of fight through the bugs and inconsistencies and stuff for now. But yeah, if I was kind of a more casual player, I probably... Sucks. Confirm this group as a scenery. There we go. So we have our mark. Hello from Belgium. Hello from... I'll just say Chicago. It's easiest. Hello from the Chicago area. Here it is. Heckin' cold. You know what? We'll actually do snap distance here. Yeah, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I've had a really busy week with the holiday season. And that continued this morning where I had to take my dad to the airport. He travels off to Mexico for the year. Every year he goes to Mexico for 3 or 4 months. He's smart. But yeah, I woke up this morning and it was, let's say, negative 15, negative 16 or something like that Fahrenheit. Which is, you know, Celsius is probably like negative a trillion or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty. We might do every other. And that solves it, not being in the middle of the exit of the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack. The Mid-America Amphitheater. Yep, Mid-America Amphitheater. I was just thinking, like, there's a park I used to go to in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It had an amphitheater, and I'm trying to remember, like, what they would have as you were going down there, and they had a lot of, like, these type of things, like, oh, you're going to the thing. And then the other one would be a sponsored flag, but, again, we don't have a sponsor yet in the timeline of the park right now, so we will leave that empty. But we can. Make a different. It's not bad for the playlist, you know, like for being a copyright free kind of thing. Well, let's get this tree. I agree, Ray. It does not stay open when building all the time. Yeah, it does not. So there were more themes. Yeah, I really do too. I think it was between an odd choice and a kind of nefarious choice to choose to not include your typical themes, but I think that's being course corrected. What I mean is, oh yeah, I forgot it. I think the original plan, and this is what I mean about the nefarious thing, was to introduce the game with kind of like, what are these things? I don't, what? Okay, I guess, sure, like a mythology theme is something. And then later on, I think they were going to kind of maybe add in, fortunately add in like, hey, a Western pack. To which I would reply with, no, don't do that. But I think after the initial outcry from the community after this first DLC, I do think we'll see a lot of the generic themes start to make their way in. And also, I am a little bit in the camp of you can make a lot of themes right now with the pieces that we have in game, but you also have to remember, like I was saying before, don't take my word for anything with this. I mean, I play this way too much and I make content on it and stuff like that, so I have way too many hours in the game. I've seen all these pieces in different ways and stuff, so that's why I'm able to build like, that's why I'm building like a pirate thing, or I think you can build like a Main Street kind of thing, build a little bit. I'm doing the generic kind of build with this kind of park, so I do think there are pieces in the game to enable the more generic type builds, but you're severely limited. I will absolutely severely limited, and especially the Wild West theme. I want a Wild West theme so bad. Originally from across. Oh, nice. Okay. Currently watching while wrapping all my family presents. Nice. Yep. No, we had the nieces over yesterday to do Christmas cookies, so that was really fun. They decorated the cookies, and they're so funny. They're 3 and 5, so in my opinion, like the best ages for like Christmas stuff, right? And the 3-year-old, she was like, I really like frosting. We're like, yeah, I know, frosting's great. So she proceeded to take the frosting and it was like there was this much frosting on like, a thin cookie like that. And we were like, yeah, go ahead and eat that now. See how you feel. And then we gave her back to her parents. Like, yeah, so she had some frosting. Not too much. She's fine. I think she should. I'm surprised we didn't get a phone call later. What did you give me? But see, that's the nice thing about being the aunt and uncle. Load them up like that. And just like, go on, shoo. Get out of my house now. Go hang out with your mom and dad. No hype. Yeah, well, it was, hey, what's up, Dabby? Good to see you, buddy. Been a little bit. Always fun to see all the old faces come on back through. But yeah, the DLC, it was really weird how it rolled out because, again, being working with Frontier for the last like 5 or 6 years through Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, and now Planet Coaster 2. Oh, I know what I want. There they are. Yeah, this was the first time, or not these. This is the first time that they didn't release out like a content creator preview, and now I know why. Because, yeah, it was not great, right? Not great. Even if you compare it to past DLCs, Ride Pack, that is. It was something like, I think Ride Packs and Planet Coaster 1, someone can fact check me on this, I'm going off of what Viable Friend said, that we had like, what, 10 rides, or like 7 rides, or something like that, in Planet Coaster 1 DLCs, and this one only got 5 for the same amount of price, and it's kind of like, ugh, I can't really defend that one, y'all. Yeah, no, the free update was amazing, and, you know, definitely brought in a lot of necessary fixes for the game. Long way to go, but still we're getting there. But yeah, the DLC, and they admit it as such, right? Just not a good look. Not a good look. And yeah, they really could have gone 2 ways with it. I'm glad they went this way, because I was talking to S-Dan and Jonty about this, that they could have gone 2 ways. They could have gone the whatever, we're gonna ignore everyone and just keep going the way that we're going, because, you know, they probably wrote out like a business plan and a DLC plan for like the next like fiscal year and stuff. Or do what they did and was go, oh, well, shoot. This didn't go at all how we thought this was going to go, right? And pump the brakes and get the game where it needs to be, and then tackle paid stuff. Kind of like what Cities Skylines 2 is doing currently. How that game kind of released, you know, in a less than stellar way. And then they just put their heads down and have just been churning out free updates and some paid stuff, but mainly just putting their heads down and releasing really, really great free updates. That's what Frontier needs to do, and I'm glad that's what they're doing, because I think that'll go a long way into increasing the longevity of the community and therefore the game. Oops. Yeah, the more that the community is engaged and not feeling like they're being, for lack of a better word, scraped over, that's good. Yeah, the custom supports are great, and not even just for like coasters. They're really great for. I've been using them for. Oh, what's my favorite piece that I can't favorite? That's a bug that's in there now. You can't favorite anything or heart it, and I like live by the heart. By these little hearts right here. Yeah, you can't click that anymore to heart it or favorite. At least I can't. Someone should double check me and see if you can heart or favorite things. Maybe it's just a me thing, but I need to report that. But no, the custom supports are awesome because I love this piece. Right, is it these? Yes, the hoarding piece. Oh my gosh, you know why? It goes down to 10%. That's so cool. In my in the Pirate Bay Dark Ride build, I use those pieces to make a little dinner plate scene with little candles. And it looks really, really cool. It was really fun to make that, actually. I had a ton of fun one night. It's like really hyper focusing on, like, you know, literally a dining table with a plate. Some forks. I made forks out of them. They look like chopsticks. We're gonna call them forks. And then like 2 little candles at the dinner table and stuff. It was really cool. do super highs are the best. Yeah, just finally purchased PC2. It's been fantastic customizing your own park. Oh, that's awesome that you finally were able to pull the trigger and get the game. Hopefully it is very, very fun. Yeah, I just want to move bits so that we pivot point there. Hey, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Ivo or Evo. Happy holidays to you as well, my friend. Hope they're great. Oh, you have to bring what? We've done it. Looks pretty all right. And I think the last thing that we will do over here, don't want to do too much. That's always my thing with this build, especially, is I go from Pirate Bay, where I'm just like, woo, all the things, and then I come back to this park and I'm like, whoa, whoa. Calm down there. Can't do that. Can't do that. We have a budget in mind. The heck? They just removed it for me? They can be. Oh, and then we'll put some potted plant. That was the whole start of this live stream, wasn't it? Potted plants comment. Guys over. But yeah, no, I'll have to put in an old bug report there. Oh. These, you know what we'll do with these? Put them right at the base here. I like how I went. You know what we're gonna do with these? I don't know. Yeah, we'll put them right at the base here to kind of cover up the light pole. Tis okay. Little building tip for those of you that might be new to the game or looking to kind of improve and stuff like that. If you notice, whenever I build something, I'm always hitting Z. That spins the object. So a lot of times when people are trying to build like forests or like little like wildlife scenes or really just anything, rotate your items to make them look a little bit different as you're going, especially trees, especially even these fences. I rotate these fences back and forth. I don't think it really matters, but you know, that's just a little example. Is like these fences here, you know, they have different textures on them. So like when I do them, I'll sometimes flip them like this. They're different ways, so it doesn't all just look uniform, if that makes sense. Uniformity in these kind of games can be a real killer for creativity. So what's up, Stadium Center? As the launch was, you have to admit all the new features are pretty amazing. And that's the thing, is that keeping in mind where we came from with Planet Coaster 1 to now is just like... Sometimes I see some Reddit posts where I'm just like, y'all should have been here during Planet Coaster 1 days when we couldn't recolor the tracks of the coasters and stuff like that. But then also, because I like to be the double-edged sword guy, I'm always like that. I like to think of perspectives. I like to try and think from everyone's perspectives. It's like, should our baseline be Planet Coaster 1 from 7 years ago now, though? Or should we have, like, maybe expected a bit more? And I think that's where people's issues are, is that we went through the trials and, or tribulations, sure, whatever, of Planet Coaster 1 and all the improvements there. And then to get Planet Coaster 2 and have a lot of those stripped back was a little bit eye-opening, or a little bit shocking for a lot of people. Because just again, if you were really in depth and really in tune with Planet Coaster 1, oh my gosh, everyone get out of the park. Yeah, having things like the one that really comes to mind for me personally are these ones, the Resurgence rides. Not being able to adjust the height on that, and that was something that we got at like the end of Planet Coaster 1's lifespan, was kind of like a, but why'd you do that? It's like, why can't I want to do that again. So we got some like awesome things from like Planet Zoo and the end of Planet Coaster 1's lifespan in this game. But it's just so, like, again, head scratching to have certain awesome things from Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster 1 not included in this game as well. And I think we're going to get that over the next year with all the free updates. We're going to see a vastly different game from today to a year from now. It's going to be just, I'm very, very hopeful in that sense. And yeah, that might be attributed to the game coming out tour. Which I don't understand really that mindset. I know I'm not really building a lot, I'm just kind of talking, but that's what my streams are a lot. I don't really understand that mindset from a corporate standpoint, because it's like, you look at a game like Baldur's Gate, for example. That game was in early access for how long? Like 3 or 4 years almost, or something like that, 2 or 3 years or something. And that didn't have any effect on the sales of the game. If anything, it had a greater effect on the game as far as like being more transparent with the community, getting feedback, and then like making the game that like everyone really wanted, as far as like the devs, the community, content creators, and everything like that. So I just don't understand like why Frontier just didn't come out and be like, hey, listen, like we have Planet Coaster 2, it's in a working order, it's not where we want it to be, but we're gonna release it in early access for the next year. We're gonna release, you know, random updates here and there. We're gonna have optional like DLCs for like, I don't know, skin packs for roller coasters or something like that. I don't know, whatever. To like, you know, have some money, keep coming in. I think the community would be like really, really receptive to that and would have been like, yeah, awesome, cool. You can get our feedback for the next year and you can make this game as awesome as you can make it. And then next year you can fully release it. You know, but stocks and stockholders and line must go burr. I think that's a lot of it. Oh yeah, I wanted to try this. You're saying right clicking? Why is that a thing? That is such a console move. Yeah, I forgot you mentioned that earlier. Gosh, before it was right there. Okay, well, but also it was kind of annoying because a lot of times I would click a favorite on accident. So that's how you do. Thank you for that because yeah, I want to favorite all of them. So I don't know. It might not be a console thing. Maybe it's just a trying to not click on much thing. That just adds another click. Yeah, to hold Z to move things around. I agree. Okay, we're gonna come in here. All of the. Someone had a great idea with changing color of cover there to this green. Theme over here, right? One of the trade-off was that you can't adjust height of flat rides, but you can theme them. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, maybe it's hard to... I'm not a developer either. Like, adjust the height and also have things attached to it as they adjust the height. There was probably some sort of weird coding thing I don't understand with that. And sure, you know, that's completely plausible. And I would even, like, if they came out and said that, I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay, for sure. I think that's, like, what a lot of people are just kind of, like, frustrated, is just kind of like, can you just tell us what's... Don't do that. Don't do that Frontier thing, any game developer thing. It's like, you want to know what's going on? No. I'm not gonna tell you. You'd have to. Be kind of frustrating. Communication. Awesome. I think that's pretty good. Need some trash cans. I don't have any trash cans. Trash hole. 100% how they should have lost. Yeah, like an early access thing. Yeah, and again, I don't know. I'm not like a big business savvy kind of person, obviously, but I just don't see how that would affect the bottom line, really. And I think they would still get sales for the game and stuff, even if it's in early access. Put a few more along the dodgems. I love hanging out near the dodgems. You hear the every so often, and I found out that's a normal thing in like other countries, that they have to do like air horns and all these like loud noises when they go off, like per regulations. Like we don't really have that here. We just have loud noises in our flat rides because they're loud and annoying. Not really annoying. I like this. Oh, there's so many people here. Everyone and their mother always wants to ride Prospector's Plunge. I dropped the amount of guests down to 5,500, I think it was. So hopefully that'll help your. Yeah, Stadium Center. Get your own build going, right? You should just start recreating every single like MLB stadium. Start with the best one. Wrigley Field. Oh. All right. Let me pull up my notes here, because while we're over here at Shamrock Cafe, a lot of people had some really fun ideas. Specifically, shout outs to Che Hancock 4485, Haunted Shadows Legacy, Sierra Lance, they had some of the best ideas that we're going to try and implement here. But there it is, detail. Umbrella colors. Okay, so that was Che Hancock. We did the umbrellas. Actually, there's a little bit. There we go. And menu items. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay. So let's go over here and let's. Actually, we're gonna change out the. I hate this name. Unlucky. I'm gonna do pot. Oh, gold. Chicken nuggets. They're already pretty dang small. Let's see if we can. Yeah, 18. Charm burger. I like that one. The Irish charm burger. We're gonna keep that. We'll get this down to 8. Oops. Already down all the way. It's just. What about like 13%? Yeah, that's pretty close. Oh, we need to put chicken nuggets in. Pot of gold. Everyone. I want my. We'll probably need to break this up in. Yeah, no. Small. All right, I think we're on to something. Gold. Firm burger. Oops, I pulled my. Do Stadium Center. I hope you do. I think that'd be really cool. Hey, Eric. Didn't get the new DLC yet. Now the deluxe new DLC. Yeah, I heard about that whole DLC deluxe edition thing, and that's bad for practice. Sorry you had to go through that. Creating your main park from Plan Co 1, but slowly going to do it depending on the pieces we get in the future. Like some builds I can do, others I can't. So it's yeah, sure. Kind of evolve it with the different DLCs and stuff. That's kind of fun. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, really? Stadium? Nice. I bet that was a fun baseball build. 6700 doesn't handle a full park well. This, I have 6800 XT. I had to look because I just got it. And that's doing pretty good. I'm like sitting here at about 40 to 50 FPS, and this park's probably about halfway built out. Well, let's do also. Yeah, I like that. Leprechaun fingers. Leprechaun finger. Yeah, the performance is definitely better in this. Still one of those things where the more pieces you put into a project and stuff, the more it's gonna slow the computer down. Ranch. Eyes. Down. Small that. I do that all the time. I accidentally click on the. I really like these little squared off little bits here, but I click on those things. It's like the most disorganized, but I'm just trying to fit as many things as we can on it. So many great suggestions. And then probably one more on this board. We'll do Rainbow Delight. Which is a fruit parfait with every color fruit. Rainbow Delight. What do you call it? One of those weird words that I like, no matter how many times I see it, I just never know how to spell it. Are bait? That word, and definitely. Don't know what it is. I can see word definitely a million times, and I will never be able. I even like try and sound it out to myself. I'm like, defiantly. All right, there we go. That is a punched up menu, but I like it. Nuggets without the chicken. I got you. I got you. I think that'll flow better. I'm with you, Lloyd. I'll keep saying if they released the DLC, everyone said that would have been a much better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's basically what we were saying, or just really what they should just release that sucker for free alongside of the free update. But they need. All right, let's go to the next one. Clover Shake and Shamrock Wings. We can go ahead and add in. Oh, yeah. Okay, just two things over here. I thought this was an idea. I never heard of this, but Green River Soda and Green River Malts are historical tie-ins from the 70s. Like, Green River Soda is literally like a green soda from the 70s, and Green River Malts was made with, like, the Green River Soda. So, Sierra Lance recommended that. I thought historical stuff. Oh, I didn't. I really, really like these editable texts, but sometimes, man, I will sit here for ever trying. I got it. Trying to get it. All right, you come out here. Jeez Louise. Or after they had patched the game to a better state. Yeah. Not just a bunch of rocks or trees. I mean, we used to, for pieces, we'd have like over 100 or 200 or something like that. We'd get a lot in Planet Coaster 1. So. Change the color per line. Example, one line yellow, next line. Oh, like the words and stuff like that? Alright. Clover Shake. Underneath you. No, we're not. Green River Soda. And Green River. And we're gonna need to reduce down size. color this bright yellow. Go. Over shake, scoot that over just like the different color thing. Yeah. And then Shamrock wings. Let's bring that back. What's wrong with you? She let herself. Good option. God. Let's turn this down. Match everyone else's size, and we'll change this color to red. Nice. All right. Do the same thing over here with the colors, as long as it's easy to grab the color. Hey, it is. Leave that one orange. This one yeller. Leprechaun. Leprechaun fingers. Rainbow Delight. Oh, I have it. Not doing that. That would take forever. My idea was to make every single letter individual and then make it like a rainbow going across. I'm not. That just sounds like a lot of work. Sometimes I have to remind myself, like, you're also trying to have fun. Not just do. They're like, why? Alright. I like that. That was a good idea. Cool. And then also we had another idea for this area from Haunted Shadows Legacy to do white heather flowers, which are seen as lucky in Irish and Scottish culture. I never knew that. And we can pull this off with the recolorable flowers. Having we go to I don't think it's under flower. I'm looking for. No, not that one. It's like a heather, like a. Yes, this. What is it called? Heather plant. You can recolor this. The there's two different slots you can recolor. It's all. Yeah, white. That white and that. Looks pretty dang close to white heather flower. I thought that was a little detail to add into this area and really tie in the whole Shamrock Cafe. Let me go. Like this. It'll usually let me. Okay, there we go, game. I'm really proud of you right now. Place some more back here. You know, it's kind of funny for this just being like a little cafe and stuff. We've kind of probably put more thought into the little cafe here than most other builds. One more thing I want to do. We're going to reach across the park here, and it's built in the first episode. Get that, bring it all across the park. Kind of line Shamrock Cafe with the... Those are very small. That's all for building in size, but that is too small of a scale. A little bit, right about there. Let's also split this from the building, make it its own building. R. Oh, and we were talking about the new supports earlier. This is another area where I like these new supports, because you can kind of get your posts look like they're actually cemented into the ground. Color, which I like to do this for my kind of an off brown gray. Down a little bit. Board. I used to work concrete with my dad. He owns all this kind of concrete pouring and stuff like that. Very second nature to me. Like, yep, nope, we need to pour right there. Poster. Skills. thanks for hanging out tonight, everyone. Hopefully all are having a good Saturday night. Whether you're, like some people mentioned, wrapping presents or just hanging out before going to bed or what have you. Appreciate you hanging out. Tomorrow, at some point, I'm going to wake up nice and early again, probably 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning because I can't help it on the weekend. Get going on Pirate Bay's next episode, so that should be available tomorrow by noon Central. Running a little late on videos this. I'd rather get out a decent, actually good build than a. I kind of slapped this together. What do y'all think? Oh, I missed. Sorry. That kind of leads into our next thing. I wanted to do lighting, so kind of works with what I wanted to do next. Actually, no, I'm not going to do lighting. There's a whole list of things to do before lighting. Alright, so we have that done. The next thing I would like to look into... I do like this idea, but I don't know how we would do it from Jack Sassy Pants. That's a great name. I love reading most of the the YouTube names. They're great. But from Jack Sassy Pants, I think this is the highest upvoted comment from the Arrow Crane video, but they wanted a animatronic of a prospector rocking back and forth in a chair in some of these like tunnel areas or little break spots. So like here I have like a prospector in his chair, a gas lamp light with just a light bulb kind of flickering. Kind of have that a little bit right here, and then an annoying banjo-filled song that stays outdated for decades. And yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Where you, it's like, yeah, this has been the same song playing since my grandpa was coming to this park. That would be so great to have. We gotta wait for custom music to come in, Planet Coaster 2, and then I think we should definitely record our own like easy mine train coaster type thing. Ride song. The next bit, though, we can't really do any of that. We did the Shamrock Shake. Historical Village. I think it'd be cool. A few people recommended adding a church to the Historical Village. And I think that would fit in pretty dang nicely. So, yeah, why don't we do that kind of build real quick? We can probably plop that in right here. It's going to be very, very small, very, very tiny. But it's still going to be a church nonetheless. I do have a reference photo. Oops, did have my images. Bad passed through. Oh, it was perfect too. Dang. Ding dang. That kind of worked. When I'm looking at reference photos, I'm like, can I build that? Yes. But when I take the time to build that? No. I'm like the laziest content creator builder ever. Someone the other day, they commented like, I don't normally build like you do, like piece by piece, plank by plank. And I'm like, dang, I must be selling it then, because I rarely, if ever, do that, like plank by plank, piece by piece kind of building. Like I use almost all in-game pieces for. Where the heck did this church? There it is. So yeah, when they commented that, I was like, oh, cool. I look like a detailed builder without having to go through all the hours of excruciatingly detailed builds. Nice. All right. So, I do think for this build, though, to get it in scale, we are going to have to... I like how this entire time I was just talking about not being a piece-by-piece, plank-by-plank builder. But to like get it into the scale that I want to do, I might have to actually do that. Let's try it the easy way first. So the easy way for me is go to my favorite wood set, which is the modern wood wall. I think it's the best one for like your Main Street type builds or like your rustic type builds. We're gonna change this to white. Same color as this the post office next door to it. kind of like a little bit, doesn't really matter. And one, let's get this to what, a story tall. So that's going to be a 2 meter and a 1 meter. Yes, I'm like the only American that by meters because it makes sense that way. And then a photo go. I'd say it's like too long. We'll make it just a little bit longer than the post office, but it's going to be the same width. There you go. There's our church. Here, find our gable piece. Bam. 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 Yeah, talking about the color not saving. Put a roof on that mamma jamma. Bam. I already know what kind of roof I'm putting on it too. That's one of the main things when people ask, like, how do you get, very broad question, but like, how do you get better at these games? And one of the main things I always tell people is piece recognition. Like, I almost had this entire build, like, mapped out in my head, or even doing the first, like, build or whatever you want, or, like, finding the first piece and stuff. Just because, like, I already knew, like, what the pieces look like in the game. So if you have piece recognition, you can just really easily be like, oh, yeah, we're going to use the modern wall set, and then the, what do they call this? The Viking tiled roof. That's going to probably look really good. Then you kind of throw it up there and see what it looks like, right? And so far I'm like, yeah, you know what? I could dig on this. And we'll do this, turn that white. Yeah, as long as you know, like, what pieces look like, or also, like, if it's not a gridded piece, like, flip pieces upside down or sideways, look at it, like, from a different perspective. You might find, like, oh, hey, this, like, mythology piece that I had no use for, flipped upside down, turns out, oh, that's a cool boat steering wheel. I don't know, you know what I mean? Just like random stuff like that. Of course, need a steeple, right? Up here. And here's the part where I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know. Actually, first. Forward by 0.5. This one as well. Straight from the building. Snap distance 5. Bring it forward. So what I did there, and I always do this all on my buildings, is I just created a little like overhang. You can do it even more dramatic. Some people make it more dramatic, and you can put like little what are they called? I don't know, little support structures that jut out. It looks really, really nice. I like, for at least my kind of builds with the Americana type builds or whatever, it just very little overhang. And then here I'm taking the single pieces that we moved and moving them just a little bit so they don't have Z fighting. That is called Z fighting when you get the pieces that kind of like freak out together. So if you take the one piece and move it just a little bit, you'll get rid of that. It's called Z fighting. Nobody likes Z fighting. Let's put some corner posts on this. E, F. And I'm going to beef this up just a little bit because I want it not longer, but I want it. That is the one thing. Those of you that have, that's the one thing I'm not a big fan of with the scaling tool. Those of you that have played Prehistoric Kingdom probably know what I'm going to get at, but I wish our scaling tool was way more like Prehistoric scaling. In this one, we just have a general scale. So it just scales everything every which way, right? In Prehistoric Kingdom, it does take a little bit more time to master, but you can scale it vertically, horizontally, and I think that's it, but maybe another way as well. And just this general scale all the way feature, which just gives you so much more control over every single piece in game. So I really do wish that we could get more control over our piece. That would be nice. Is this not part of the build? Oh no, it's not. Building willy-nilly like. selection scenery. I forgot about this background. How much longer? Yeah, the muscle memory. Right. Yep. Awnings. Not quite awnings. Trusses. Trusses? I think that's what I was. Oh, yeah, I know, right? It's kind of one of those things. It's like, you finally get that new shiny toy, and then 5 minutes after playing it, you look at, like, the other kid's shiny toy, and you're like, but I want to do what that one does. Like, Billy, just be excited, or be happy with what you have. Theirs goes butcha. I also want mine to... That's a technical term, by the way. Butcha. Oh, there we go. We might build a custom door. I did custom windows over here. We're going to actually use those same windows. And by custom, it's really simple if you want. Give a sec. But, yeah, let's do this. We're going to paint this all black. Off to the side. Sink that in just a little bit. Someone commented that I should start insetting my windows and doors and stuff like that, and it's like, yo, that is, I'm with you. That is a much better way to do builds. Not gonna argue that at all. But oh my gosh, it takes so much longer. That's kind of the thing with, like, not to keep doing content creator talk, but that's kind of the thing with, like, content creator stuff is, like, I want to make an awesome build to show off, but also I need to be able to get it out within not forever. So it's like, yeah, some of those things, heck yeah, I would love to do inset doors. But if I'm trying to get up weekly uploads, I'm not a magician. Poison blade. Magician. If I do it just detailed enough. Passably deep. Off. Cool. Yeah, so these windows over here, like I was saying, are really not that... Oh, I actually need to fix them just a little bit because they're building. But yeah, they are very simple pieces here. They are art pieces. Art-shaped rectangle. And then I think it's all those new pieces that I was showing you all earlier that I really like. Yeah, the hoarding primary support. Like a few of those, like, shrunk way down. Oh, custom. I like them. I like them a lot. But I'm gonna... Wait. What happens? Oh, I didn't. Same thing over here. I love seeing the pirate ship in the background. That's one of those rides that just the sound of it alone, just like, yeah, that's a theme park. I'll never forget that when I was lucky enough to test the alpha or whatever, when we got like an hour or two. And I had no idea what I was doing when I went into it. I was just kind of like, But one of the main things I'll always remember is just the sound from the game. And I was like, oh, this Frontier always nails it. Sounds and the vibes like that in the game. And yeah, no, I can't remember which ride it was that I placed down. But yeah, that was one of the first things I remember. It's like, wow. This sounds cool. They really nailed that part. think we have just the window. Oh, we'll grab this, split from building. Now it's by itself. Take this thing here, and we'll try and get these the same height as the windows on the post office. Oops, I have that. Pretty good, huh? There, and we'll turn on. We'll hit Control X, snap distance on, and let's do every 1 meter. Not actually 1 meter, but let's do 1, 2, 2. Every 2 meters. Ah, why did it turn off? I don't know why it does that. 2. That is not even, but at least we know that windows are evenly placed from each other. Now we just need to work with it inside of church. I'm gonna eyeball it. I eyeball way too many things. Y'all knew how many things that I actually eyeballed when I was doing my build. Probably drive some of you absolutely. My wife will come back every so often. She's one of those people who, and then it's like, she'll come back and see a build that I'm doing like this, and she'll just be like, "No, it's not centered." Like, yeah, it's pretty close. She'll be like, "No, it's not," and she'll like get mad. She'll be like, "No, you need to. It's not okay. You need to fix that." She'll just like hover over my shoulder until, like, "Nope, it's not centered yet. Nope, nope. Okay, right there. Don't touch it." Know that if he's saying it, then there's probably more people out there who are like, "Oh my god, please center it." All right, that's pretty good for a base structure. Need to, dang it, I missed it. Let's move this into plates. For the multi-select tool, it'd be really cool if we could have an option to not choose paths. Sometimes it messes me up. All right, let's put. Man, the church almost feels like it should be at the end of the little thing here, but that's not how it's. Because I don't want this historical village to be too big or anything like that. Ow. Just a few buildings. You know, we'll actually act. Oh. We're not done yet, though. Gotta add this. The P. I can't build a custom roof? Yeah, I can. I don't want to build a custom roof. That's. It's really cool to be able to move the pathing. Some of the like advanced tricks that people are able to do with the advanced move with the pathing is just like, man, like these really small steps, like 2 or 3 stairs and like realistic looking stuff like that. It's like, dang, that's really cool. I feel like there's a piece, roof piece that is not. Oh, I know what it is. I don't know what the name of it is, but I know what it is because I used it when I was building some of the teeny tiny building front. Metal. Yeah. Here it is. Okay, so I think I can change this little guy to the color of the building. Create a... Oh, this is going to be not the right material. And we're actually going to separate this all from. Lift this up. color of this so I can match just a little bit. A little bit. Where's that Spanish? Yeah, Spanish group. Spanish. I don't know if this. We're gonna keep building through it. One of my things is that even if you're not too sure if it's gonna look too great, just kind of keep building through it. You might stumble onto something that you're like, you know what? The initial idea didn't really work out, but whatever the heck I just made, sure. Small. Oh, that's right. 50. So let's make this. Let's get the 2 meter. Close. Not great, but close. Here's Control X. Go to C. Where's those new pieces? Yep. Not all the way. A lot of the way down. A rare frame. Oh, I don't know why I keep putting this up. This is actually kind of built up a little bit with like a wall piece here. Here we go. Earlier in the stream, I was talking about spinning things around and all that. That's what those two, those are different and spun around. We'll actually another perspective. All just a little bit different. And if you want to go even further, you can kind of color them as well. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Sync this where we would like it to go. There. You know what? I'm kind of okay with that. And that kind of signifies a lot of my builds where I'm just kind of like, you know what? That's pretty good. I'm a pretty good type builder. Well, maybe we'll build up the this thing a little bit more. Like bring it up, not that drop off some. But it sells the idea, right? That's kind of all. That's kind of what I go for. Oh, what? We put a cross up on top there? Yeah, put a cross up on top. Thicken it up just that's a bit. Ooh, excuse me. Well, getting up at 5:30 in the morning, it is caught up to me. Pretty dang center. Bam, and They're eyeballing one. Yeah, I'd buy that. All right. And yeah, again, I'm fine with the placement of it. So we'll leave the placement's fine. We'll just kind of alter the border, makeshift border that I put up. There a little bit. Cool. Actually, that back just, it's not sitting on. Right, and brick. Or honestly, I can do pathway. I still forget like the power of the pathing system. So do with it. Because in yeah, Planet Coaster 1, we did so many implied builds like this, right? That kind of baked into your system of not actually using pathways or paths. All right, I think we can do some more. Oh yeah, some more greenery. I like this idea here of putting box hedges in buildings. Applicable. Maybe between the buildings as well. Cool. And then really there's room for like one more tiny build on the shore here or over here as well. So oh, actually right here as well. Maybe about 3 more builds. 2 of them for sure. 2 up here for sure, and then maybe 1 there if it works out, like maybe a fishing dock or something. Someone recommended, and I think I actually mentioned this as well, but someone recommended doing a gas station, and I think that would be kind of neato speeder. Well, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm actually streaming for the night, but I'm really happy with all the conversation and build that we got done. It's just a lot of like fun little detail work, right? But before we go, let's take some rides. Why don't we ride around on some roller coaster? Yeah, let's ride Grand 1. A well? Oh, as in like a actual like a water well? That could be a fun idea. I actually really like that idea. Grand 1 on the right side there, you can start to see some expansions that I'm thinking of or doing. I also lit it up at night a little bit. But yeah, that's where the next expansions are going to be for the park. You're going to be alongside of the river, right next to Grand 1, be able to look right up there. So, yay, rides, right? Like, who rides rides at an amusement park? Weird. This area here with this helix, I do still want to, I love this ride. It's such a fun ride. I want to add in like cables that hold the helix in place. You see it at Six Flags Great America, my home park. At American Eagle, the big helix that they have there, they have these big tension wire cables that are right in the middle of the helix, shooting up and around the helix part that hold the helix. Oh, that's such a fun ride. Ooh, a saloon. I never even considered that before. Hold on, let me add these to my saloon. I have a AI assistant little buddy over here that's keeping all my stuff tracked for me. It's actually a lot better than just keeping notes for myself, because not only like I'll add in all these notes that you guys put in through the comments and my own ideas into the AI tracking or whatever, and it'll do a good job, you know, keeping everything in order. But then it'll be like, hey, based on all of the stuff that you put in here, what about this idea? That's where the Lumberjack show came from. The AI was like, hey, what You should do like a lumberjack show. That could be cool, right? I was like, oh my god, yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd never expected you to recommend that. That's cool. All right, shout out to Cheese It, awesome creator for this ride. He did the, or they did the base ride for everything, but I had a ton of fun theming up the area. I love these little pools. I mentioned it in the episode, but I love the little little pools underneath the corkscrews and stuff like that. They look just like a lot of the reference photos that I have for these small little ankle pools or fountain pools, stuff like that. Oh, you know what? These support structures on here, these are old. These are all before we got the update with the recent coaster supports. And look how good they look. Yeah, Cheez-It did that all with the before the update supports, and it still looks, you know, really authentic. And should probably come back through here and change them though. New ones. Yeah, especially these classic Aero supports right there. That looks so good, even without it being the in-game one. Just in case people are wondering, they used plain support round thin pieces to make a lot of the yeah, we'll have to go back through and actually use the real ones, right? All right, let's go across the park, across the fairground section underneath the gondolas. I love how the gondolas look. This area. One of the other updates I'm going to do, probably tomorrow after I get done with Pirate Bay editing, is Because Race Car, and a few other people too, but mainly Because Race Car, recommended turning this area into like a fest house, or fest house, similar to Kings Island, with like a beer garden and some food items and stuff like that. So I kind of want to do a combination of that plus Midway games, and maybe like expand out this whole thing into the back area over here, because we have a ton of room for future expansion in this kind of coast area or the riverside area. So I think it'd be cool to yeah, do that idea to have a big old beer garden or beer house kind of thing in the back here of these awesome alpine buildings. But yeah, let's continue to fly forward. We'll go not on Logger's Leap because it takes way too long, and it's still under construction, you know. Who wants to ride a half-finished ride? Jeez. I'm really excited to finish that ride in the next expansion years. But let's go ahead and take a ride on Prospector's Plunge. We'll ride it from this perspective. Yeah, aren't they great? Those supports, right when you see them, you're just like, yep, that's an Aero support. That's definitely an Aero support. All right, this will be the last ride of the evening, and then I'm going to take off, go hang out for the rest of the night. Actually, I think I'm going to try one of the new games I picked up on the Steam sale, Fast Food Simulator. It looked it looked like it could be really, really addictingly fun, or it could be incredibly dumb. So I had to pick it up, and I want to try it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe try me some Fast Food Simulator after getting a snack after. I'm all Planet Coastered out for the day. I always get my best ideas in the morning when I wake up, because like I mentioned, I get up like really early, like 5:30, 6 o'clock, no matter what weekend or if not, because of my work. But yeah, early in the morning, that's when I get all my inspirations and creativity out, is before the sun comes up. The big swoosh. That's the part where someone gotta put an animatronic in. We just need more animatronics in the game, right? I know you can kind of make them custom, and I have thought about that, like trying to make custom animatronics with the new like pieces and the horizontal and the vertical pieces, all that. But it's just like, man, it's just too difficult. just a little bit too difficult to make custom ones. So, Haunted Shadows, how you doing, buddy? We've mentioned you a few times on stream. We're actually kind of getting ready to wrap up, but luckily for YouTube, I think you can go back and rewind it pretty quickly. But we mentioned you a few times because we were doing a lot of little detail work today, and your name came up a few times because you had a lot of fun ideas, especially for the Shamrock Cafe. Let me show you. I went ahead and did over here. A lot of them based on your idea. So these are supposed to be the White Heathers, and then also a lot of your fun names for food items and stuff. I think you did the Rainbow Delight. I think you did the Pot of Gold Nuggets, and I can't remember, but maybe the Green River Salt, Green River Soda, and Green River Malt. But yeah, we put in a lot of your fun ideas there. So, yep, Shamrock Cafe is looking good there. Yeah, no, that's kind of what we've been doing this episode. I've been collecting all of your guys' awesome feedback the last few episodes, and this next episode is going to be kind of a guest feedback for the year, I guess you'd say. It's going to be your comments and stuff, but I'm going to frame it story-wise as a guest feedback episode, and it's going to have all of your guys' great ideas that you've been having here. So, but yeah, no, like I said, I'm glad you all were able to catch the live. A little bit shorter than I normally do, but I just kind of wanted to dip my feet back into the live feed just a little bit, see how that went. And yeah, I had a lot of fun, so we'll have to kind of do this at a more normal time, not so late at night, and you know, do a lot more fun little detail building in the park here. Probably the next thing that we'll do for like a live stream that'll work out will be like nighttime lighting and maybe a fireworks show. Which, speaking of, I'll show it off real quick. It's not good, but I did start work on the Grand States Mid-America Nighttime Spectacular, and it made me realize I don't know how to use the sequencer. But we do have a little bit of a show, and it's meant to be watched. There we go, like right around here. You have like, you know, like a little bit of a fireworks show going on. Oh, nice. That'd be awesome, Haunted. I hope you do for Christmas and stuff. But yeah, the firework sequencer in game is really, really powerful and really, really cool. But I just need to take some more time to just kind of figure out the nuances of it. But I really like how, like, this is looking pretty cool. But like all this work that we're seeing here, like this took me like a half hour, 45 minutes to do. A lot of it because I didn't know what I was doing, and just messing around. But yeah, no, and that's our show. Oh no, there's more. I didn't know there was more. And that's the show. Okay. So yeah, 20-second show about. It took me like a half hour, and I was like, oh, that's really fun, but I need to figure that out. But anyways, all right, yep, I'm really gonna take off now. Y'all have been awesome. If you haven't already, it does help on live streams as well. Go ahead and hit the like button, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. If you missed the live a little bit later, you can rewind it pretty much right away and go catch it from the beginning if you'd like to. But yeah, hey, thanks so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. It's fun hanging out with y'all. And yeah, until the next live stream, have a good one.